Okay, that literally took forever to upload, so I kind of forgot where I was, but welcome to part 2 of Am I the Asshole? Friend Edition, part 2, Katie. Okay, so we had moved to the town. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you haven't seen the first video, please go watch part 1. And then come back. So we had moved the town over. She was so wonderful. She was graciously driving over to my house still all the time, blah, 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 blah. At some point, she ends up getting a job, okay? Which is fine. That's great. Happy for her. So she ends up getting a job, so we start seeing each other a lot less. She's working and, life goes on, so we start seeing each other a lot less. And then at some point, we really kind of stopped talking to each other. As much as we used to. And at some point I hadn't talked to her in I don't know, it had been like a week or 2 weeks, something like that. And my daughter came up to me randomly out of the blue and said that her daughter, Katie's daughter had told my daughter that her and Katie don't want to be our friends anymore. And I thought that was very strange. So I was like, what? And so I text Katie and I say, hey, your daughter just told my daughter that you guys don't want to be our friends anymore. Like, if that's true, you can just tell me that. Like, what's going on? Don't hear back from her. So I'm like, So of course I'm sitting there and, just thinking of all the things. I'm like, what could I possibly have done? Like, why would she be upset with me? What did I do? Right? So still don't hear back from her. So I text her again. Still don't hear back from her. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I'm glad that we were literally just best friends for the last 4 years, but now you don't want to be my friend anymore. Like, great. Like a day later or something, she texts me back and she goes, my husband's mother was in town and we were spending time with her. Sorry, I didn't text you. And then she was like, I had never thought that I didn't want to be your friend, but now I really kind of don't. And I was like, okay. I feel like I asked her why and I didn't really get an answer. She just, one kind of answer that she gave, which I feel like was total a cop-out answer, was that I didn't really like her husband. And that really bothered her. And the thing is I never didn't like her husband. I still don't not like him. I think he's totally fine. The problem is I was very close to her. And she told me that he had cheated on her before. And she told me a couple other stories about him. And if I'm like your ride or die and I love you more than anything and you tell me that someone's not treating you the way they should be, what do you want me to do? You want me to give him a prize? You want me to make him a batch of brownies? Like, no, of course. He's not going to be my number one favorite person if you're telling me that he's doing things or has done things to you that aren't great. So it was never that I didn't like him. I was never rude to him. I never spoke badly about him. But, he wasn't my favorite person because of the things that she had told me. So here's a lesson to all you little ladies out there. If you don't want your best friend to not like your husband, then don't tell them. Don't tell them what he's done to you. Don't tell him all the bad things he's done. Don't tell him what a piece of trash he is. Don't tell him anything because they're going to be on your side. But we all know, ladies, that it doesn't matter how a guy treats you. You're going to stay with him anyways. So just don't say anything about it. Don't. Because if you're my best friend and I love you with all my heart and someone's not treating you right, I'm not going to love them. So anyways, that was the one little kind of excuse that she gave. She didn't say anything else, and then she blocked me. She blocked me. And I was blocked for a year. And then after a year, she unblocked me and she said, hey, I think it's been, because during that year, the whole time during that year, our daughters were still best friends. Our daughters never stopped being friends. Our daughters were still best friends. They were still hanging out. Just the dads would figure it out. The dads would communicate with each other and figure out the drop-off, pickup situation, whatever. So after a year of being blocked, she unblocks me. She texts me and she says, I think it's been long enough now. that we can communicate about the girls, only about the girls. She doesn't want to talk to me about our friendship. She doesn't want to be friends, but she's willing to communicate with me about the girls. And I'm like, okay. And I just kind of leave it at that for a little while. And then I reach out to her and I say, hey, like, this is what I said. I said, I'm really sorry if in our friendship you felt like you were putting in more effort than me. I said, I know that wasn't fair to you, and I'm really sorry. I said, I just was so sick. I didn't have the capability to give so much, you know? But I'm sorry because that wasn't fair to you. And like, I really love you, and I really would love to be friends again. Like, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I told her I'm willing to do whatever it takes to be your friend again because I love you. So whatever I did, please, I'm so sorry. Let me know so I can never do it again. I just want to be your friend. She said no. She was like, no, I'm sorry. I really don't want to be friends. And then I said, okay, I won't bring it up again then, because I didn't want to get blocked again, right? So that was that. And I have racked my brain. I have racked my brain so many times trying to figure out what I did, what I said, anything. And I cannot figure it out. I cannot figure it out. So I know there's not like a ton of information there for you because I also didn't get a ton of information. But based on the events, what do you think it was? Am I the asshole? Was it my fault? Did I do something that I'm not seeing? Did something happen that I'm not seeing? Because that's how that ended. And it's been 2 or maybe even almost 3 years now. No, 2 years now that we haven't been friends. And I still think about it every single day. And when I really start thinking about it, I literally cry. I still cry about this all the time. And I just want to know why. I just wish she would just freaking call me or text me and be like, look, this is why. This is what you did. This is what you said. This is what I didn't like. And this is why. Because I literally cannot, like, yes, in the text messages when she was like, I don't want to be your friend anymore. Like, yes, I probably wasn't the very nicest because I was so hurt and I was just like, you know, like, why? Like, whatever. But she never told me. And she had already told me she didn't want to be my friend before I was like super, like, and I never was super rude, but before I like, you know, was expressing my feelings. So I don't get it. And it breaks my heart to this day. And I just wish that she would just tell me. I think it's so unfair that she's allowed to just completely ghost me, block me, and just leave me and not tell me why. I think that's so unfair. Like, that's not right in my eyes. I don't think you should ever do that to anyone because there wasn't a clear event. If there had been a clear event and I had like punched her in the face or like done something crazy, then like, yes, then she has every right to just ghost me and never talk to me again. But there was nothing. There was not one specific event, and I have no idea what happened. So please let me know. Am I the asshole? Was it my fault? Did anything stand out to you? Like, what do you think happened? Let me know. Don't be too mean, please. But this will be the last part for tonight. I will start a new part tomorrow, and that will be about Cece and how me and Cece became friends and became unfriends. So come back tomorrow for, I guess, part 1 of Cece. Okay? Thanks, guys. Bye.